Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Noah Michelson. This is Tori Amos. We're backstage at the Beacon Theater in New York City, one of my favorite venues.
I love
think
it.
one of your favorites too.
One of my favorites in the world, yes.
And we're gonna just chat about whatever the hell we want to.
Yeah.
I thought I would start with, though, last time we talked about Demon Tori. And
right.
I got some crap for that because people were like, she left that conversation thinking Demon Tori is a bad thing. So I want to make sure you know that Demon Tori is the best thing.
Okay.
Like
okay.
even last night when you did Icicle and you did the bridge and like you really went for it and you like just get a little snarly.
Right.
People love that.
Okay.
So don't ever like.
So it's not a pejorative.
No.
Okay.
Demon Tori is like the best you could be.
Okay.
Speaking of yeah. So let's clear that up. But speaking of last night, you did the pool, which you've never done before.
I've never done it.
No, and I don't. Yeah, we talked about this last night. You were surprised that you had never done it
I'm
before.
surprised that I never did it.
Yeah, but so
not even in the 90s.
No, never.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy because I wasn't consciously aware that I'd never done it.
Right.
I thought way back, maybe somewhere in Germany.
Yeah. No.
Or Sydney.
Yeah. No.
Or Scotland. I dropped it in there.
Right. But so my question for you is, do you have a concept of which of your songs are like super rare and fans are waiting for you to play them?
No, probably not. I mean, I'm sure I might guess one or two.
Yes.
But why don't let's talk about that.
Well, yeah, I mean, a song like, you've never done Blue Skies, the song you did with PT.
Yes.
You know? So I feel like if you did something like that, people would freak out.
Fair enough.
You know? So I just think there's these little things. Like the other night you did Sister Janet into Daisy Dead Petals.
Right.
Like for the average fan, that's insanity. You know what I mean? That's not like you playing Lust into Leather. Like songs that you play a lot. A lot.
I'm trying to get better at that now because I think that did you say this to me yesterday?
Maybe.
That it does make a gig. It kind of helps define what that show, what the narrative of that show is that night, and it gives it those roots.
Exactly.
Where you say, oh, that was the pool.
Yes.
Show.
That happened in New York 2017. Like, last night will go down in history as the night you played the pool.
But see, then the pressure is to keep coming up with these little gems.
But you can do it. And also then don't play the pool again. You know what I mean? That's what you do.
That's interesting. Because there are some songs, though, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But then there's some songs that Sister Janet has been coming out a lot.
Do it.
And I think she's showing herself more than maybe on other tours.
Right.
And I find that with some of them.
That's a question we got from one of the fans, is that do you look at old sets from other tours and say, oh, I played this last time in New York, maybe I should or shouldn't play it this time? Or is it all about the night?
Well, we did do that in Cork and Dublin.
Really?
Because we wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to repeat Cork and Dublin. Mm-hmm. And do you know what? Mm-hmm. Half the set list was exactly there.
Really?
In 2014. And I think that's because there's certain places, if I've spent time there, that I associate them with certain songs. And so I haven't looked at what I played at the Beacon in 2014. Yeah. I'm not looking.
Well, that'll be fun. We'll see. Because you can match it up and maybe you had or not.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about, someone asked, have you ever thought about doing a tour or a show where you play all of Pele or all of Choir Girl from front to back?
Well, you know, people have brought it up to me to do that. Do you think that people would want to come to that?
Oh, yeah. If you did Pele from front to back,
and
that would sell out in the B-sides.
And the B-side, but in order.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. In a heartbeat. People would travel to come see that. I promise.
Maybe we should do that in Eugene.
Yeah. Think about it.
I don't know.
Yeah? Look at Johnny's like, yeah. But, you know, or do a one-off. You do a show in New York in 2018. You know what I mean? And you do that and you talk about it.
Yeah, fair. No, these are really good suggestions. I think it's good to get why I love this communication is because being a recluse, I don't always know.
Right. And also, fans know your work so obsessively. But I would imagine you make an album, and it's not like you forget about the album, but you don't have the same connection that fans do where they listen to songs over and over and over again. So for you, I think it's different. You probably don't know.
I don't know. And you know what? No, this is the truth. When we're working on an album, we are completely living it. I mean, every cell. And we call ourselves ant fuckers because it's so obsessive. And because we're reclusive, we're all in. And we take a journey with making the record. And because Mark and I are married, even if we are bringing other people in, he and I, as Tash will say, can I get my parents back for a couple hours?
Right.
Because sometimes when she's back at school, then we don't step into, we're creators.
It's that immersive.
That immersive.
Interesting.
Oh, even when we're eating,
Wow.
when we're sleeping, when we're, whatever it is, it goes for weeks and weeks at a time.
Wow.
But when we see her, we've had to consciously, because she, thank God, has the wherewithal to say, okay, what you guys do when I'm around youngins is sort of, you know, sometimes she feels like she's the one really present with it, but she'll say, you guys need to be my parents now.
Right. Come be human beings again for a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's watch a movie or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not be talking about, well, I don't know if that hi-hat's not right or it's
Right.
guys.
Right.
But she can laugh with it too, but we've had to consciously do that. But that's why when I leave Pele or when I leave Scarlet, I really do leave. So Native Invader, we're still learning it because we're trying to work things up. But once the tour is done, then we'll move into something else.
Yes. Do you have songs of yours that are harder to play physically than other songs?
Oh yeah, and sing.
And
harder
sing.
to sing.
And
sure.
So you actually have to prepare those ones more.
Oh, of course. And a lot of it's about breath control. And where you place it. I mean, bang is very demanding, especially the tag. And so, you know, there are certain songs that sugar.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it can pound the vocal cords. That's why I have to know that I have a couple days rest, or vocal rest to be able.
And then people are asking about how you build a set list. Do you build the set list around those songs so the song before and after isn't quite so vocally straining then? Are you thinking in that way?
Well, you do think, I'm thinking of the narrative, and part of that is tempo, key, going keyboard and piano, but also, yes, you have to know that if you're going to do Northern Lad and hit that, number one, you have to be warmed up, and you need to not have just done something like Almost Rosie, because the real wordy songs, even Silent All These Years, it's very wordy, and it doesn't, which is fine, but you need things that have had a little bit, when they're back to back, you're running out of breath and lubrication. And water can drown you.
Interesting.
It can drown your chords if it's too much.
I watch you don't drink very much during the show.
No.
You're not chugging a bottle of water in between songs.
No. And that's different. If you're a vocalist, say, with a band, then you do have time. You've got so many bars where the band is jamming. And you can drink that water and it goes down and it doesn't drown your chords. But I'm very aware when I'm one woman show that you can lose a room. You lose the story. You lose the magic. And so I learned that in piano bar actually years ago. So what I developed was I have a love for cinnamon gum. I love it, and the cinnamon, it's good.
Interesting.
And so I always have it there.
And you're putting in new pieces as the show goes on.
So that you keep nurturing those chords.
Flip side of the coin, are there songs that are emotionally really hard for you to play? Like I've noticed you haven't played Mary's Eyes yet.
No.
You know, and I know that you don't play Gold Dust that often. So is it like you have to prepare emotionally to get to those songs?
Yes. I would like to believe Mary's Eyes will come.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know, I believe that, well, I wanted to,
yeah,
as a tribute. I wanted to, and I think that there'll be a place
mm-hmm.
that kind of holds me,
yeah,
so that I can do it. I don't like it when I'm out of control, and I get caught up too much, because the whole idea is that you hold a space
mm-hmm.
for the song to come,
Mm-hmm.
and that you as the almost channeling it.
Yeah, conduit.
Yeah, the conduit.
Yeah.
That you don't. Well, you if I'm not, I stop telling the story then.
Right.
And because I'm caught up in it.
Yeah, because
I'm
you're in
projecting.
it then. Yeah.
And so to me, the tribute for Mary's Eyes would be as the muses showed me what the song was, and it started in Florida. Coming back from the hospital with my niece, I called her Badass Banana, and I was Ginger Ninja, and we were on this journey together, going to see Mary in the hospital soon after the stroke. And when she left to go back to work, I would be taking those trips by myself, and taking those trips by myself. And when I came home one night, it was almost like I saw this sparkle shimmer in Florida in the beach house. And Mary had spent so much time there, and she picked this house out for me in 1995.
Wow.
And so her spirit has always been that house.
Right.
And all of a sudden, Mary's Eyes started to come. And the house was dark. There was some light shining through the windows, and I went to the piano in the darkness, and it just started to come.
Wow.
And when those moments come, that's what I want to bring.
Yep.
I don't want to be, when I listened back in the studio to it, after it was done, and we were listening back, there was an evening when me, as her daughter, got emotional with it, but that's very different than when you're telling the story.
Yes, in front of thousands of people.
But yes,
Yeah.
and I almost think, you know, there is a difference when I'm listening back to my own workers to somebody else, and it's me as the person.
Yeah.
That's different when I step into serving the songs, the song girls, and serving the muses, and not being, you know, not being, what's the word? I think the word is, where you can, the phrase losing a thread. And get too self-involved. When you're so self-involved, it's like, well, Tori, you know, you're not in a conduit anymore.
Right. Because you're in it again.
You're in it again.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean
that
you don't
makes sense.
feel.
Right.
But it means that you're not holding the space for the song, because Mary's Eyes, when I hear the storyteller in Mary's Eyes, she's not so choked up that she can't.
Right.
Because you can make it about you then.
Yeah.
You make it about your emotion.
Right.
And in a way, it's a bit selfish, because you're projecting you onto it. It's
Right.
like, no, T, get clear.
Yeah.
This is not a place for you to, you know, get all wobbly.
Right.
You can do that with friends, and like you and I could sit and listen.
Right.
We could have a good cry.
And that's a different thing.
And that's a different thing.
That makes total sense. How are we doing on time, you guys? All right.
I love talking to them. Do they have questions for us?
They always do, but there's too many and they're too good. Some of the ones I asked you were theirs. But Tori's going on stage soon. She has to rest her voice. Thank you guys for tuning in, and check her out on YouTube. I'm sure everything will be up there later. See you later.